You know, when I'm in gatherings where there's families, and especially a lot of little children, I have my bag and I invite the children always to come over because I have a treat for them in the bag. I let them look in, and what they see is I've got lots of Tootsie Roll Pops, and they love to reach in and grab some. But recently, you know what I did is I played a trick on them. And when they came over and they thought, "Ooh, let's go get our Tootsie Roll Pop," here's what happened. They came over, and as they looked in, instead of Tootsie Rolls, I had broccoli. You should have seen the expression on their faces as they were, "Oh, I don't understand it." They were stunned. They were taken aback. It didn't compute. Well, you know, there's a lot of parents today that are kind of taken aback and stunned when they're examining what's going into textbooks and what's being taught children, especially in our schools. Are you aware of what's being taught? Here's what's happening today. We're finding out that there's a lot of people that are endeavoring to revise history. And because we're in an era where there's a lot of kind of historical illiteracy, whatever's coming down the pike, they're just lapping it up. And the children, unfortunately, are on the short end. There are politicians today that are apologizing for the United States of America, that we're somehow bad and evil. And then textbooks, you open them up and you find out, here's how we're being, portrayed. It's kind of like Columbus came here and raped and ruined all the Indians and killed them all with the explorers, and our founding fathers were just greedy landowners that were here for money and exploitation, and that, the continent was raped and pillaged, and America's history is one of bigotry and sexism and all kinds of racism. But you know what? While there are pockets of blemishes and unfortunate things that have taken place, and we acknowledge them, and there have been misguided zealots, the history of America has to be portrayed in an accurate way. What would I be talking about? Well, I would be saying things like, how about talking that after World War II, we helped rebuild Japan and Germany. Same thing with Iraq today. How about this? Tom Hanks is doing a HBO special called Pacific, and he says America was racist in what we did, and he tries to portray it like we ripped off the Japanese. But remember, we were attacked, and their code was we don't surrender. So there were unfortunate things during the war. But how about America's efforts? What we've done with the Berlin airlift after World War II, feeding hundreds of thousands of people, helping in the Korean War when communism was going there, and we wanted to help the people there. What about the orphanages and the hospitals? 1/4 of hospitals today and care for AIDS patients in the world comes from Christendom. What about after Katrina? What about after a tsunami? We assist, we help. America is generous. The Pilgrims came and said it's a city set on a hill. And Ronald Reagan, our president, he said the same thing. We have to say America is a beacon of hope and freedom. And there's a man today that's written a book, and it's a great thing. There's historians, and it's called A Patriot's History of the United States. I highly commend this book. This will give you an accurate portrayal of the United States of America, so that instead of looking into a bag and being stunned by wrong things and our children being indoctrinated wrongly, they'll get the truth.